Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tarsio Moraes. I have been in the industry about 22 years, 15 years on IBM, 4 in Amazon Web Services, and now almost 4 in VMware by Broadcom. I'm here to talk about HCX, a product that I love since from this launch in 2016. That time I was in IBM, was a product by subscription, so I need to pay for each migration that I did on that moment. But HCX got involved, and now is part of a VCF platform, and I'm here to talk about that today. Disclaimer. Our agenda. I'm going to talk about what is HCX, why HCX is a very flexible product for you, a little bit about license, deployment scenarios, and a real demo for you guys. So when you think about HCX, for me, is a Swiss knife. You can do pretty much everything with HCX. So you can migrate, you can probably everything with HCX. So you can migrate no VMware virtual machines for Hyper-V and KVM. So it has a conveyor embedded. You can migrate vSphere to vSphere. You can now vSphere to VCF. So if you have a legacy traditional vSphere, not a VSS deployment, you can use for that. You can use to migrate for VMC on AWS, and also for any kind of another providers, IBM, OVH. So it's a tool that you can do. And also another hyperscaler. So VCV, Google, Azure, and so on is coming. So you will be able to use that product to migrate your workloads, don't matter where. So one of the benefits of HCX is the best of deployment that you can do one-to-many and many-to-one. So you can have multiple data centers, migrating data for one single data center, or you can protect multiple data centers back to on-prem. So you have flexibility about that. And why you can use that? You can use pretty much to migrate machines from one site to another, like in physical locations to local locations or to a new data center. You can migrate this to cloud, or can use this to migrate cloud to cloud. You can use to re-platform upgrade. So now with the new version, you can do cluster to cluster migration. We add that feature because sometimes we have a metro cluster. We have one single center, but managing 2 different clusters. And now you can migrate and use that tool to migrate between clusters. And also balance between clouds. You can use that. Features. Let's focus initially in 3 major pillars. Workload mobility. I can migrate my VM for one location to another and vice versa. I can put in the top of that one optimizations. When you think about it, imagine I do vMotion with the duplicate compression on top of that. I can do bulk migration, going to talk about it, also with the duplicate compression. So I have one optimizations that. And hybrid connectivity, it is when I can use layer 2 extension to migrate workloads or even extend that network to another site. And I can do this with MOM to reduce and eliminate hair peering, and also bring HA. Licensing services. HCX is included in VCF. Now we're going to get VCF because HCX is part of NSX, so it is the same family. And when you get a VCF now, HCX is included. That's all the capabilities regarding networking. So hybrid connectivity, I can do layer 2 extension, one optimization. I can do mobility optimized network to reduce hair peering. It is an amazing solution. And then I can add extension high availability. So I'm not going to rely just on appliance. So I can have a high availability for my network extension for that. In migration, assisted OS assisted migration pretty much is our old VMware converter. So have a physical machine, you go there, install an agent, and then you can migrate that physical machine directly to a vCenter, to a VCF, using that feature embedded. Replicated assisted vMotion, I'm going to talk this about better. You can better get both words from vMotions and bulk migration. I'm going to show this in the demo. Cloud to cloud, live migrations, a bulk migration with reboot. All those features. Do I require to use all features at once? No. When you create your profile, your service mesh, you can pick which services that you want to use in that moment. Sometimes you want to use HCX only for do layer 2 extension. Sometimes you want to do only for migration. So you can pick all those services individually or multiple services at the same time. Deployed scenarios. Greenfield. Source, destination. Consolidation. Now you can do directly VCF. So you can create your multiple workload domains and get your traditional vSphere environment and go direct to workload domain. Or now you can do brownfield, workload domain to workload domain, or cluster to cluster. Or you can also do any kind of cloud mobility. I can go there and AWS. You want to get out of the AWS? I can use HCX to move that data over there too. Let's do a little demo how easy initially it is to deploy that. I also going to have to deploy one A and one manager in site B. If you're doing cluster to cluster, you need to deploy one in cluster A and one in cluster B, or one in workload domain A. The first thing to do is check my compute profile. What's my compute profile? I need to choose from data center A, vCenter A, and vCenter B. I need mapping. So which distributed switch you're going to use for site A and site B? Which data store are going to use in site B and site B? Is what I'm doing here. Compute profile. So I choose which distributed switch I'm using, which data store I'm using. And in the service mesh, I can see what services I picked. I can pick multiple or just one or another. It is possible to do that. And depends on your license, you're going to be able to enable all the features or no. But with the VCF, you get the enterprise license. We can get everything. So I can add that here and add more services later. See, I can pretty much do one thing here. When you create a service mesh, this tool is very intelligent. They're going to give you a list of all your fire rules that are going to need it. For look 1 and LAN. So just generate this, make our life easy, because depending how control your network it is, you need to open a lot of ports. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show how I can do network extension. And why I want to use network extension? Because sometimes we want to do a live vMotions or even a bulk migration to another site, and then we want to not lose any kind of connectivity. So layer 2 extension, I already have one extension here, but I'm going to create a new one. In this case, I'm going to get the VLAN 170. And how they're going to do? When this workflow is running, they're going to create a port group in my destination site with the name L2E, which means layer 2 extension, and then the number of my VLAN. So which means it is in my original site, I have VLAN 170 port group, and then the another site, example 170 network, in the another site going to be connected called the L2E 170. So which means now I have layer 2 extension between site A and site B. Of course, latency Can be 1 millisecond, 5 milliseconds, or 40 milliseconds, or even more. Depends the link between location 1 and location B. So when they're creating this workflow, do I require to use layer 2 extension? No, because sometimes you want to migrate one server from one location to another, and you want to do AIP or planning a new network there. It is possible to do. But here, if you want to leverage layer 2 extension, this layer 2 extension, the traditional layer 2 extensions, you're going to have a higher peering, which can be is if you talk to another network that's not the same network, they're going to route back to your regional router. But I could be able to enable mobility optimized network, and then I'm going to be able to do that and optimize it. Example, all the machines running on-prem, you're going to use that on-prem router. All the machines running on the cloud, you're going to use the cloud router. Or the cloud, when I mean cloud, is the second site. Now, I'm going to do vMotion. That wizard is also directly in the vCenter console. I don't need access this separate console. So I need to choose my cluster, my data store. In that moment, I can change the format of my disk. You see here, they get the same network and already map it to another network because they understand the LAN 160 is already extended to another. If it was not, they ask me mandated to speak a destination network. What's the caveat with vMotion? vMotion, there's no planning. You pretty much go there, start a vMotion, can take you 10 minutes, 10 hours, 2 days. You have no control how long it's going to take. You can make assumptions, you can make calculations about your bandwidth, how am I going to take it. And for some reason, you need fallback. There's no fallback. vMotion back to the original location. Right? But what allows you is have the duple compression in that vMotion thing. And you can do vMotion, if you're talking about same data center, vMotion, you can do vMotion to cluster, but now imagine I can do vMotion for one here and another cloud, different thing. So I can do that. So the machine is there, in your site. One thing that HCX brings to you is troubleshooting capability. Here, I look in my appliance for network extension, and you're going to see remote MAC address, which means that MAC address has been on the cloud side or the secondary site. So I'm able to see all those machines on the secondary site available up there. So matching the same MAC address, because this is a way to troubleshoot. Okay, that MAC address is being advertised on the cloud, on the destination site, or still remaining on-prem on the ARP table. Let's do bucket migration now. What's the beauty of bucket migration? I'm gonna pause the video here in a second. You can here plan your migration. So your compliance team is gonna love it. Your change team is gonna love it because you can plan. For example, today is Wednesday, and you wanna plan something for Saturday, and you have a big machine, so you have time to replicate. You wanna do this in a coordinated way. So you started today, right now. They're gonna transfer all the data during the next 2 days. If the data finish before your window, you're gonna only send the deltas between them. And then when that particular time arrives, you're gonna shut down the machine on-prem, you're gonna rename that, gonna show that, and you have your Pro machine on the destination site. Oh, Tarsio, what happened if my replication starts sooner than planned? No problem, you can reschedule this how many times you wanna until the proper time that is scheduled. One good thing here, during that process, I'm going to show you, you are able to make some changes on the virtual machine. You can change virtual machine name. You can change DNS, IP address. You can change that here. You can change network. You can force shutdown. And options. Host name, domain name, DNS customizations. You can change that if you want to, because sometimes you are sending this machine to another network configuration. And hit go. You can have multiple schedules and multiple machines. You don't need to do machine by machine. You can be a group of machines. That machine got completed. What happened with that machine? That machine, on-prem, got shut down, you see app02 home, and then renamed it with a Linux timestamp. That number 174 is a Linux timestamp. If you convert to that, it's going to be the exactly moment that occurred. So with bug migration, your data remains on-prem for safety, for failover purpose. So imagine you migrate to the cloud, that machine is going to be part off on the cloud or the destination site, and you're going to test it. If something happened, you don't wait 5 hours, 2 days to VMware that server's back. But we have downtime. You see, I shut down the machine here, the workflow shut down the machine for me. And he's gonna disconnect it also, that machine from the network for safety. So he's gonna remove the network adapter to none for safety. Now in the destination site, that machine is there. We'll go connect to the network. And because I have layer 2 extensions on that machine, you're going to see the machine pinging. Of course, now with 2 milliseconds, because it's not secondary site, I have some latency, but machine is there available. And now what? You talk to your database, everything, something happens, you need guys fallback. You can shut down the machine on the destination site. You can delete it from disk, you can remove it from the inventory for the destination site because you decided to fail over the change. And then you come back to your on-prem site, pretty much rename that machine. Because when that machine got renamed, they only renamed it on vCenter inventory, did not rename the files on the data store. I'm going to rename back the machine. So see network extension, we are seeing VMware and bug migration. There are more capabilities that I'll talk in a few minutes. Reconnected that machine on the network. And less than 5 minutes, the machine is back. Different of the motion thing. Tarsio, let's pause here. We have one thing that we're not able to show here. We have bug migration with VMware. I can leverage 2 services at once, but it still is a one-way, which means I can continue a plan, a migration for Saturday, but without outage. So we're gonna start the applications right now, and then in that proper change window, you're gonna sync the final data, and then we're gonna have a motion process, memory, and then the machine is gonna be there. So I still be able to do a planned VMware, different to the traditional VMware. Why I'm gonna use traditional VMware? If someone call you, I need VMware that's machine now. So you start it. If you can plan, downtime, bug migration is your best friend. Because you have fallback, and the data is replicated on both sides. If something happens, if you want to do, you have data in both sides. But if you don't want to do that, no downtime, it's impossible to have 5 minutes downtime, I really recommend the bug migration with vMotion, because it's the best of both worlds. So now imagine you can do this for one-to-many sites. I have here one site to site, but I can have one site to multiple sites. So imagine all your branch offices reporting back to your on-prem. So you can migrate servers for there, or maybe you can clone a machine over here and migrate it to remote sites 1, 2, 3. You can use that tool for that. Let's talk about disaster recovery. We have you're going to use application engine on SRM or HCX here, but without the orchestration. But at least you're going to bring you safety to save your data. So your data has been replicated to another site, period. Okay? So imagine right now, if you have 10 remote sites, you can have HCX in those remote sites, replicating data to recover data set. You don't have the orchestration, you'll not be able to bundle protection groups, bundle recover plans, but your data has been replicated to another site. So because in the end of the day, it's very important you don't lose data. With this, not losing data. So the machine can go there, fail over, test it, and that machine is ready. I can, the same RPO and RTO, so I'm gonna take snapshots and transfer that data to another site. It's embedded, it's there, it's something, oh, maybe I'm running budget constraint, not pay SRM license or anything more fancy. You have here already. Another thing that the HCX new version does, I'm going to show in a few, is the troubleshooting capability. A lot of times you ask, what's here? My service is mentioned from one site to another. I'm not able to do electrical extensions, not working properly. I have here, I'm going to show in a few. Data plane diagnosis is where I'm going to show if there's any firewall not working properly. I have TCP connections not working between one IP to another IP. This is going to be telling you what is wrong. And then you can work with a network engineer to see source and destination, what's that particular port or is not working. So, and you can do pretty much all those things. Here in the back, I have 2 sites. I can have multiple sites. So I'm open to questions and see. I'm not able to show all the features, but I can do just review very quickly here before wrap up. I can do pretty much all those things. OS Assistant is our word conversion. So if I have a KVM or Hyper-V, is it agent-based? I need to install some agents like Linux machine or Windows machine, and then you're going to talk and convert. I can do vMotion live migration with the dupe compression. So this helps a lot. If you have Windows machine, you can compress and do dupe off later in Linux binaries. And same thing if you have a bunch of 0-1s or file servers, replicated data, the same file replicated in different folders, the dupe compression is going to work there for you. Bulk migration with remote or replicated assisted vMotion. vMotion bulk migrations with no downtime but planet. And network extension, MOM, WAMP optimizations, and hybrid connectivity. So now think all the possibilities that you have in the deployment scenario here. Just to finalize, talking about cloud, all Imagine you have software that now is IBM Cloud. You have OVH. You have your own private in any collocations like Equinix. These two bring you portability in any place, anywhere. Service mesh, one-to-many, many-to-one. That is the beauty of that product. And that product is available inside of VCF platform now for that. And it also is available in all those hyperscalers. VMC on AWS, you have HCX. Google, you have HCX. Azure, you have HCX. So if you want to install a connector on your on-prem data center and migrate the data to any of our hyperscalers or another private cloud, you can use that tool for that. And zero extra cost on that. Okay? I want to say thank you for the time today to show. My contact is very simple. It's Tarsio, my name at Twitter. You can find me there easy. I'm the old guy, so Tarsio at mail, it's Tarsio at. So that's it, guys. Thank you for coming, and I'm here available to any questions that you guys have. Thank you.